Mark Govan, Tom Maxwell, Mike Powers, and the rest of the South Dakota Basketball Network for the semifinals of the State A tonight. The unbeaten and ranked number 1 Mitchell Kernels go against Aberdeen Central, and they have played twice already. The Eagles gave them a good game in Aberdeen, did not give them a good game in Mitchell. You might wonder if yesterday's game was bad for Mitchell because they hardly worked up a sweat, but they are used to that. They have outscored everybody by 20 points a game all season, so they are used to winning by a large margin.
Well, I don't think it's going to hurt them whatsoever. I think it probably helped them in the fact that they get a chance to play a lot of guys and rest some people at the end of the ball game. They played Aberdeen Central before. If they were playing an unknown quantity tonight, it might have made a difference, but both these teams know a lot about the other team, so I don't think that makes any difference.
The thing I'm kind of interested to see is how Mitchell reacts if Aberdeen Central stays with them for 3 quarters. You know, what kind of reaction do you get from a team that hasn't been in that position hardly at all this year?
And you always say it's very tough to beat a team 3 times, no matter how good they are, really, because it's a very tough thing to do. I think Aberdeen Central tonight, if they get ahead, we might see them hold the basketball.
We'll find out. Let's send it down to Paul Lepiso and find out from the coaches how they feel about the matchup.
I'm on the floor with Gary Munson, the head coach of the Mitchell Kernels. And, Coach, I guess the most obvious question is, with the lopsided ball game you had in the first round yesterday, your starters really, they played a lot in the first half, but they didn't play a whole lot in the second half because of the score. Is that going to make a difference there? Are they more well-rested, or maybe are they going to be a little bit rusty for sitting out in the second half?
Well, we anticipate that they're going to be more rested, ready to go. You know, I don't think that has any bearing on last night or yesterday afternoon ball game. We just assume that, you know, we played well at the beginning and System didn't shoot very well, so we got the big jump on them, you know, and we wanted to play some of our younger kids that haven't been in a tournament before and that kind of stuff. So I think the biggest thing is that we'll be ready to play tonight when the ball goes out.
What's the key to beating Aberdeen? You beat them twice during the regular season, of course, in the ESC. What do you have to do tonight to beat them?
Well, I think, you know, we got to contain their play. They got great players. You know, Jimmy Johnson and Mike Beach are their 2 main players, but Richter got a lot of points yesterday, and Howell, and you go right on down the line, every one of those players can shoot it in, and they're more of a perimeter team, and then they can still go inside Richter, but I think the big matchup probably is Richter and Friedrick, although they may play some zone-ons and you know, close it in on Friedrick, but, you know, it's just a matter of us. You still got to hit some shots to the outside and get some big shots.
Coach, good luck. Thanks for coming over.
Thank you very much.
All right, Gary Munson, head coach of Mitchell Kernels. Also with us is Coach Terry Paul, as he is head coach of the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, of course. Now, we were just talking with Mr. Munson about your 2 regular season losses with them during the year. The first one very, very close, with them for 3 quarters in Aberdeen, and then I think the difference was the spurt that they had early in the 4th quarter. Well, what do you have to do tonight to beat Mitchell because you played them so close, especially in that first game of the regular season?
Well, first of all, you know, things just have to fall right. There are no secrets. They're a fine basketball team. They've got really outstanding quickness. They really showed up in the second ball game down at their place. We got to get a little bit lucky. We hope maybe we can get Friedrick in foul trouble a little bit. We've got to shoot the ball well. We've got to dictate tempo. There are just so many things that have to fall in place when you play a team that's won 28 straight games and has the caliber of athletes that they do. But our kids are confident, and we got some kids that can shoot the basketball. In this silly game, you know, if you can shoot it and put it in the hole, stranger things have happened.
All right, now you said you want to get Bart in foul trouble. Does that mean you're going to be looking to go to Richter inside early?
Well, Mike's played pretty well the last 3 or 4 basketball games, but again, when he plays against people of Bart's size, it's going to be difficult. But Bart, we just hope maybe he makes a mistake or 2 on him, and we're going to try to get him outside a little bit away from the basket. There's a lot of things we have to try to do, and whether in this kind of an atmosphere you can make those adjustments remains to be seen yet.
All right, Coach, good luck. Thanks for coming over. All right, we've heard from both coaches. Let's meet the starting line.
Okay, Paul, thanks. Let's send it down to the floor, and let's do that. Let's meet the starters for both teams.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to Rushmore Plaza and to the semifinals of this 1985 State A Boys Tournament. Tonight, in the first game, we have, and please welcome, the champions of Section 5 with a record of 20 wins and no losses, the Mitchell Kernels. And their opponent. And please welcome the champions of Section 4 with a record of 16 wins and 6 losses, the Aberdeen Golden Eagles. And now for your starting lineup. For the Mitchell Kernels, starting at 1 guard, a 5'10" senior, number 10, Sean Haley. At the other guard, a 6'1", senior, number 14, Tim Bird. Starting at center, a 6'10", senior, number 34, Bart Friedrick. At forward, a 6'4", senior number 20, Chad Anderson. And at the other forward, a 5'10", senior number 30, Jason DeLang. The Kernels are coached by Gary Munson. And now for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. At one guard, a 5'9", senior number 31, John Lee. At the other guard, a 6-foot senior number 13, Jimmy Johnson. At center, a 6'2" senior number 43, Mike Richter. At one forward, a 6'2" senior number 41, Lee Howell. And at the other forward, a 6'3", senior number 33, Mike Heath. The Aberdeen Golden Eagles are coached by Terry Small. The officials for tonight's game, Sonny Coyle and Gary Reed. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise as the Rapid City Central Cobbler Band, under the direction of student teacher Mr. Pat Jones, plays our national anthem.
Like we almost have a bigger crowd tonight than we did last night for the semifinals, as it will be Rapid City Central against Sioux Falls, Washington in the second game.
I think a lot of people, especially east of the river, maybe can't get away from work on a Thursday and come out for just Friday and Saturday night, but I think you're right. I think there is a bigger crowd. It is not a sellout by any means, but it's a little bit of bigger crowd.
A lot of Mitchell fans, but you would imagine everybody else in the building would side with Aberdeen and at least even it out.
You know, the Golden Eagles really got to feel good about this game. As we remind you, this tournament being conducted under the auspices of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. They get to feel like this is their state championship game right here.
Yep. I feel the key to this game is Jimmy Johnson. If he comes out with the kind of aggressiveness and looseness that he can come out with, that'll carry over to the rest of his teammates, and they are loose, and they shoot well. They could win the game.
I think as Terry Small said, things are going to have to fall right for Aberdeen Central. I also think they're going to have to play the defensive game of their lives.
Friedrick, follow away is good. And Mitchell.
When Mitchell and Aberdeen played earlier this season, the press really bothered Aberdeen. And Gary Munson felt that was probably the difference in the ball game, the reason they were able to pull away up in Aberdeen and win so handily in Mitchell.
Jimmy Johnson blocked by Friedrick, and here come the Kernels. 3-on-1. Haley will take it all the way, and he will score.
Things were not falling right for Aberdeen early by any means. Bart came out, made two great plays, an offensive shot on this end, and came down with a fine block of Johnson on the defensive end.
And now Jimmy's going to be thinking, I'm sure. Peets with a drive. He scores off the glass. Mike Peets, who didn't score much until the fourth quarter last night.
And they're going to have a better game out of him tonight, or at least a bigger game out of him. He did end up scoring 10 points, but it wasn't really a factor until free throws late.
Right, he had 8 of his 10 points in the fourth quarter when the game was pretty much already settled. Bird with it. To DeLang. Bird, Anderson, and Friedrick all in double figures yesterday before they took a seat on the bench. And Bird for his first basket of the game.
They waste no time, do they? 3 of 3 from the field, rolling out, hustling, playing good defense.
Aberdeen this time does a good job of breaking the pressure. Richter with a fall away, around and out, and Anderson with a rebound. And here come the Kernels. We've played a minute and a half, and they lead at 6-2 already. Bird in the forward court gives to DeLang. DeLang and Haley the guards. Bird, Anderson are the forwards. And Friedrick is the center. Bird penetrates, shoots. Rebound DeLang. The guard missed it. And we've got the ball knocked out of bounds by the Kernels. And we got timeout. 6:08 to go in the first quarter. We've got a timeout on the floor. Well, there are the mascots. As you can see, the Colonel wants to remain anonymous in your near screen there to the right. We'll just call him Colonel. The Eagle is Rene Russman. Gotcha. They both do a great job, too. And a steal by the Kernels. They'll bring it back. Bird down the lane. 10-footer, no good. And a rebounding foul goes on DeLang.
That's one thing we really didn't talk about very much before the game started, but it's certainly going to be a key in this game is how Aberdeen can rebound with Mitchell, because they do not have great size across the front. 6'3", 6'2", 6'3".
They rebounded great yesterday against Cam. Remember, in the first quarter alone, it was 11-3, but the steal, DeLang goes to Anderson, banks it and scores.
Trouble in River City for the Eagles.
The baseball pass to Howell, and it worked out pretty well for him. But that's not the way you like to have to break the press.
Not every time, at least.
Nope. 5.5 to go in the first quarter, 8-2. Mitchell going for their 29th straight win as Howell drives in, and there's going to be a blocking foul.
What a great job Jerry Munson has done. You heard Terry Small say pretty hard to, he realizes Mitchell's a good team. They've won 28 in a row, 21 in a row this year, 43 out of the last 44, 62 out of the last 68 games. Not bad, huh?
That foul was on Tim Bird. That's 2 on Mitchell, none so far on the Eagles. But they are down 8-2 early in the first quarter. 5 minutes to play.
You can see Aberdeen already is trying to maybe slow the tempo of this game down a little bit, take some of that steam out that Mitchell's come out with.
And they were behind yesterday as well after the first quarter, even though they'd out-rebounded Canton 11-3.
Kernels are also playing pretty decent defense here.
There's Richter, who really played a great game yesterday. Tripled his scoring average and did a job on the boards as well.
Maybe he had the game of his life yesterday.
21 points. He had 3 3-point plays.
That was kind of what I expected from Aberdeen, but down 8-2, they can't really ignore the basket either. That was Richter's career best, by the way, yesterday.
Johnson again is the key for Aberdeen, and he's only had the ball once, and he had it rejected by Bart Friedrick. I'm sure he'll think about that before he shoots again. Well, they've ticked off a minute.
The real danger here defensively to try to come out and help and create some double teams. Look for a back door.
There's Johnson in and out. The tip no good, and Friedrick with a rebound. Almost had it stripped away, and the Kernels now have it.
Bart might have got poked in the eye accidentally, too.
Bird gives to Haley. He'll run the offense. So the Kernels with the ball. The Eagles held it for a minute and a half. Friedrick down low, puts it in. Unstoppable on that move.
Well, especially when you're 6'10", the nearest height player on the defense is only 6'3".
Eagles with a 3-on-2 break as Pete drives in, throws it up, and he walked first.
A little bit out of control. Very Small is not liking what he's seeing so far.
Haley will bring it up. Starting 5 still in there for both teams. Aberdeen does substitute a lot. Nice block by Richter. And Lees brings it out for the Eagles. Howell over to Lees, and here comes the Golden Eagles with a record of 15-6. They started off 7-0, and they were rated second in the State A poll at that point before losing at home in a tight one to Mitchell.
And interestingly enough, too, Aberdeen normally likes to run quite a bit.
Pete banks it in, and it's 10-4. I don't know if he called that one or not. 2:45 to go in the first quarter.
We only make you do that in Horace.
Haley, no good from the outside, and Pete's with a rebound is grabbed, and that's 2 quick fouls on Bird. That's one of the things that Terry Small alluded to in the pregame chat with Paul Lepisto, hoping that everything, all those little things go his way, like foul trouble, hot shooting, because that's what it takes to beat a great basketball team.
And there are certainly many comparing missiles to
Johnson stops and hits. It's 10-6, and Johnson gets on the board.
Johnson learned he had to stop a step earlier.
Oh, loose ball, and Mitchell does come away with it. Jacobson now in the game replaces Bird. Excuse me, Bird is still in there, replaces Haley. Jacobson had 8 points yesterday. Anderson. He's got 4 points. Fine athlete he is.
And a great shooter, especially from down in the corner. That seems to be his spot. He and Bird both.
Eagles break the pressure. And Peets lets fly. He's got 6 of the 8 points so far, and they need him to play well, and he's gotten off to a good start. Now they just need to get Jimmy Johnson in the flow of the offense. Minute 40 to go in the first quarter, 12-8 Mitchell. It was an 8-point margin a couple of minutes ago, but the Eagles would cut into that. It was 10-2. Bird off a pick, throws to Jacobson, penetrates in the lane, loses the ball. DeLange shot no good, and the rebound by Howell. Maybe he'll bring it up himself. And Aberdeen Central can pull within 2. Lees, yes.
Good comeback for him. And they will live and die primarily with that outside shot, especially against a team like Mitchell.
Bird is fouled by Howell, who reached in. That's the first foul on Aberdeen so far in the game. David Manning comes in for Pete. No, Pete will stay. Pfeiffer will also come in. Manning did a good job yesterday off the bench.
Yes, he did. Gave him 8 points with some big baskets at crucial times.
So it's 12-10.
Haley coming in for DeLange as well.
Aberdeen was down 10-2, Tom, and they have come back with a streak of their own, 8-2, and they are right back in it. Haley and Bird in the corner to Anderson, back outside to Jacobson. They loop it into Bart, who lands right on top of Manning or Richter, but Richter didn't give him a chance to land.
No, we saw the same type of thing last week against anybody that played Castlewood in the B. Every time Greg King would come down after catching a pass like that, the defensive player would automatically go down. That time Richter did get a hit, though, pretty good.
First 2 fouls on Aberdeen Central here in the first half. And the Kernels, leading by 2, could possibly hold for 1 here. Jacobson with it to Bart. Mitchell won their first-round game over Sisseton 66-32. There's the shot by Bird, in and out, and Aberdeen Central could tie at the end of the quarter. What a boost that would be. Pete brings it up, goes behind his back, takes it himself, goes to Johnson. We're down to 20 seconds.
Pace it here. Good shot.
Richter looking for help to Manning. We're down to 12 seconds now. Manning backing in, 10 seconds. Ball swatted away. Richter now with 7, 6, 5, 4. Pfeiffer shot no good. Loose ball in there. Richter will take it. It's blocked by Friedrick. And that's the end of the first quarter with our score. Mitchell.
Oh, yes.
Well, we got back just in time. Watch this play by Bart Friedrick.
He says, no way. Not where I live.
The male cheerleaders from both teams combined to spell ESE at midcourt. It looked a little bit ragged, but it ended up pretty nice. They've been practicing that, I think.
It'd be pretty hard to do it unless you did practice at least once. First quarter shooting stats, Mitchell 6 of 13, 46%. Aberdeen Central at even 50 at 5 out of 10 from the field.
And it's a 12-10 game. Mitchell with a hook by Bart to round it out, and the rebound, Manning. And the Eagles with a chance to tie. Pfeiffer stop, shoot, partially deflected again. It's a loose ball in the backcourt. Here come the Kernels. Bird, alley-oop to Friedrick. Beautiful play.
And Bart showed you some good quickness there. Blocked the shot on the defensive end and got down to the offensive end. It's time for an easy basket.
He has really come a long way. Pete from long range, and he is on in this game. He's got 8 of the 12 points. I don't know where that shot was last night, but he sure found it today. Well, I think yesterday he was playing a lot more underneath the basket. Today they moved him out away from the basket. He really didn't shoot the ball much last night. It wasn't like he was cold. Really denying Jimmy Johnson the ball. Well, that is leaving Beach a little more opportunity to shoot. He's doing a great job picking up the slack. Anderson deep in the corner. Nothing but net. That's the kind of shot you've got to get a hand at his face on, or he'll make it all night. 16-12 now. Mitchell back on top by 4. Pete comes in. Drives on Friedrick. Blocked again. That's 3 blocks already. 4 blocks already for Friedrick. Eagles get it back. There's Pete. He'll penetrate again. Give it off to Richter. Richter, they dare him. He drives. And it's going to be a pushing foul on Friedrick. Oh, I don't know about that. That's clearly what Aberdeen is trying to do, is trying to draw some fouls on Bart. And they accomplished it that time. Four-point lead for Mitchell. Keep in mind, second time these two teams played, it was all Mitchell. But the first time, as the ball knocked out of bounds, the Eagles stayed right with them for 3 quarters before the Kernels went on to win it 73-62. Second game was 81-61, and that game was not close. Eagles are hoping the third time is a charm. Jimmy Johnson hasn't had the ball much. Rebound Manning. Good job by Manning off the bench with the board. The shot no good. Loose again, and we got a foul coming on Howell. And that's the second Howell foul of the game. 4 on Mitchell, 3 on Aberdeen Central. 16-12 with 6 minutes to go in the half. Washington and Rapid City Central coming up after this one. And that should be a good game as well. This afternoon, Belfouche and Canton were winners as Big Bart turns and scores. And he's got 8 points. Eagles have got to try to just deny him the ball inside. It's pretty tough when you're that size. After he gets it, school's out. He's feeling it. Gets it back, though. Drives down the lane, and he's going to get the offensive foul. A little out of control there, but that's the way he likes to play. You can't say that he should change his game because he feels comfortable doing things like that. Well, let's take another look at it here. He's coming in. Bart just stood his ground, and he took a pretty good shot. He turned around clapping. He thought he might have drawn a foul, but Richter will come back in for the Eagles. There's Bart down low. Nice move. And he is in double figures. And he's on a roll on both ends of the floor. 4 blocks and 10 points. This is the kind of game he could really dominate. There's Jimmy Johnson. They need him to score some points tonight, but he's had the ball so little so far. Pete shakes into the lane. No good. The tip attempt by Johnson. No good. It's a 2-on, none. Bird will lay it up in here. And suddenly it's a 10-point lead, and the Eagles are in trouble right now. Let's go to Gene Jacobson, too. He is doing a fine job individually, man-on-man defense against Johnson. There's Jimmy. Back into Lee. Howell back over to Pete. Outside goes to Lees. There's Howell. To Manning. And it's a 10-point lead suddenly. Just so quickly, Mitchell jumps out and takes command. Howell moves in and shoots. No good. Forced it a little bit. Bird with a rebound. Here come the Kernels. Nice pass underneath. Haley didn't have the shot, though, and he'll drop back out with it. Smart play by him. Down the lane, shovel pass to Anderson. Bird, nice pass to Jacobson. And they have doubled the score midway through the second quarter. (24-12), and Aberdeen Central wants timeout to talk about it. Mitchell with a big run there of 8 straight. How good are the Mitchell Kernels? Well, These young fellas have seen their team take a 2-point lead and turn it into a 12-point lead just like that. You got it.
It happened so quickly. So far, Bart Friedrick in the game has 5 of 6 shooting from the field and also has added 4 blocks. Been a big factor on both ends. I think one of the things you overlook about this Mitchell team, because they do score a lot of points, is the fact that they played very tough defense, too. They're a good, solid defensive team.
Jimmy Johnson outside, throws it in right through the hands. Friedrick's got it. Long pass goes to Jacobson. Great pass by Friedrick.
It had to be right there.
Dean made a nice layup as well, but still give Bart credit on that pass. And suddenly it is 26-12. Peets drives in, banks no good. Rebound, Richter can't come down. Peets has it, goes up and scores. And he is trying his darndest to keep in the game. He's got 10 of the 14 points. Bird in the lane, 12-footer switch. 2:50 to go, and another steal. Jacobson stops in the lane. His 10-footer's good.
And the roof is falling in on Aberdeen Central.
16-point lead suddenly. It was close a minute or two ago,
but the press has bothered them.
Same thing that happened to Sisseton yesterday. They had trouble getting the ball into the forecourt for one stretch. Eats into Richter. Oh, look at that. That wasn't even a block.
That one never hardly got out of his hand.
He served lunch on that one.
What flavor, we used to say.
Peets, fall away, yes. 12 points from Mike Peets. 5 blocks for Bart Friedrick. Anderson all the way. Look out, Bart's going to dunk it. It won't count. Offensive foul on Anderson.
You want to know why Mitchell has got that lead up to 14 points? Watch this now. There's the foul, but Bart was coming anyway for the jam. Mitchell in this quarter is 9 of 10 from the field. Wow. Now, so we got to shoot a 1-and-1 here because
he passed the ball and landed on the defender, so it is going to be the 1-and-1. So that will send Mike Richter to the foul line, who had 21 points last night. He's a 61%er from the foul line. The bonus here, trying to get his Eagles back in this game. They are down 30-16 with 2:07 to go in the half. The shot is up and no good. Tim Bird races into the forecourt and now waits for Bart Friedrick. Here he comes down the lane. His shot is up. No good. Rebound. He got it back, but he also crashed in there for the rebound, and that's 3 fouls on Bird.
He'll have to take a seat now for the rest of the half. Want to remind you, coming up at halftime, the Sports Writers Hall of Fame will honor a couple of people. Also, the coaches' 25-year awards will be given.
And another training tip
from South Dakota State University, and the Jackrabbits one night away from a possible trip to the Final Four in Division II. We'll play Cal State Hayward tomorrow night in Frost Arena. I understand it is sold out, has been for several days.
That place is going to be rocking tomorrow night, as will this place. Jan Small at the line for the 1-and-1. His shot no good. Rebound Friedrick. And 2 straight chances for the Eagles to cash in on the 1-and-1, and they can't do it.
Yeah, I think the biggest improvement Bart has made is simply his aggressiveness. He is so aggressive and dominating this year. And towards the tail end of last year was really gaining that confidence.
Jacobson, no good. I think that's his first miss off the bench. Richter with a rebound.
I think Jacobson's playing primarily because he plays pretty good defense.
Look out. Richter makes up his mind to drive, and he's going to get the foul. And that's 2 on him. Minute 26 to go in the half. It is 30-16 in favor of the Kernels. DeLang and Jacobson, the guards right now for Mitchell. Morgan, Anderson, and Friedrick up front. And Anderson drains another one. He's 4 of 4, I believe, and he's got 8 points.
Mitchell's shooting percentage at halftime is going to be phenomenal.
They're 10 of 12 in the second quarter, and a chance to add to that. That's going to be,
Aberdeen ball.
it is Aberdeen ball. Okay, that's who I thought it was going to go to. Minutes ago in the half, and the Eagles could use a couple of quick baskets here. Get some confidence back. They played real well. After the first quarter, it was a 2-point ball game, and it was 14-12, and before you knew it, Mitchell had a big lead, a reaching in foul on DeLang, and again, another chance for the Eagles to go to the line and get it on the 1-and-1. And the way things are going right now, you'll take them any way you can get them. Peets has had a great first half. He has 12 points, but hasn't had much help elsewhere. Lees and Johnson were the only other points, each with a basket. And they get their first out of 3 attempts on the 1-and-1. Peets a 70% free throw shooter. He's a good one. He is the team's leading scorer for the year, along with Jimmy Johnson, both at 13 points a game. And Peets already has 14 points, 32-18. The Kernels lead it by 14 as Anderson bottled up on the sideline, but it goes to DeLang, and they will hold for a shot. 30 seconds to go in the half. 32-18. Mitchell, impressively. They played a great second quarter.
Well, they've outscored them 20-8 in this quarter. And they did it in such a quick spurt that by the time Aberdeen Central caught their breath, they were 10 points behind.
That was the impressive part about it. Bart down low, has it knocked free, but still gets it back and scores. That's how strong he is. He's got a dozen. Lees is going to have to shoot. Their Speed won't get it off, and at the end of the first half, the Mitchell Kernels pull away from a tight first quarter to lead. Certainly, the Eagles are going to have to get production from others, than Mike Peets, because he's not going to be able to do it alone, Mike.
Well, Peets is 6 of 10 from the field. The rest of the team, 2 of 12. So I think you can thank Mr. Friedrick for a lot of that. He's really disrupting things inside.
Tom, how do you get Jimmy Johnson back in the game?
Well, I think you just got to work at trying to set some picks for him and get him an open shot. They've tried to let him go one-on-one primarily against Dean Jacobson defensively, and Jacobson just did a fine job on him. In the first half, he never let him touch the ball. And when he tried to take it inside, I think the fact that Bart rejected his first shot may have had something in the back of his mind. I think they got to set some picks for him and try to free him that way.
Well, the Eagles are going to have to come out here right away and get some points on the board. They cannot fall behind. They can't even give Mitchell a couple of quick baskets and get 20 points behind, because that's really kind of a magical number, don't you think?
I definitely think so. They've got to come out strong here. If they let Mitchell score 4 or 6 unanswered points, we can forget about it and look ahead to the next game.
Just can't imagine Mitchell blowing a big lead like that. Haley with the ball outside. On the wing. Bird with 3 fouls. Not the only thing that's gone wrong at all for Mitchell in the first half is Tim Bird being in foul trouble. They move Anderson deep into the corner, and he'll take the shot, and he misses for the first time in the game. Johnson with a rebound. And Jimmy will bring it up, throw it to Lees in the forecourt. There's Howell. Back outside to Lees. In the corner to Peets. Down low to Richter, who did not score in the first half. There's Peets, who was 6 of 10. Back out to Jimmy Johnson, who will fake. And the shot was not there again. Lee Howell with a jump pass for Peets. It's batted away and stolen. The long pass goes to Bird, who'll drive and miss the layup. And the rebound pulled down by Lees. Back comes Aberdeen Central. Howell goes to Peets. Peets on the baseline. Fires. Yes. He is 7 for 11. 16 of the 20 points for Aberdeen Central. Haley dribbles right between the 2 guards from Aberdeen Central.
But he can't say enough about the way DeLang and Haley have come on this year to play at guard. The only question marks coming into the year for the Kernels were at guard, and Haley and DeLang have answered them.
Bart is landed on by Howell. Those 2 guys were in the JVs last year and worked very hard during the summer. And as you said, Tom, they not only have taken care of what was a question mark, but they have put an exclamation mark at the end of the problem. It is no longer a problem. They played very well. Alley-oop to Anderson. Missed the shot. Gets it back. Goes up and scores. So it's back up to 16. Howell will stop. The shot not there. Gives back outside to the man who's hot. And he's now 8 of 12. Mike Peets.
Well, he is hot. He's single-handedly keeping them in this game. But again, they're going to have other guys scoring, or it's going to be a long rest of the evening for Aberdeen.
There's no way he can outscore Mitchell all by himself. That's what he's trying to do right now. Friedrick with a follow-away in and out, and you can hear the slap.
All the way up here with headsets on, we can hear the slap.
5:50 to go in the third quarter. Mitchell on top, 36-22. That foul, by the way, went on John Lee as he reached down and grabbed Bart Friedrick. Gary Munson on the bench. Again, what a great rooting section Mitchell has brought here. One of the hotels in town, all but one of the 165 rooms occupied by Mitchell fans. Bart makes them both. He's got 14. And it's back to 16 where it was at halftime. And we've got another foul, this time on Sean Haley. And an official's timeout with 5:47 to go in the third quarter with a score. Mitchell 38. Well, so far here in the third quarter, the Mitchell Kernels have just traded baskets and traded points with Aberdeen Central, and the Colonel is happy with the way things are going because they still lead by 16 points.
Oh, you bet. They'll be happy to trade baskets. They have a little retraction to make, or what should we say, a addendum to an earlier statement. They are not sold out of Brookings for their playoff game Saturday night. 5,000 tickets will go on sale tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. The reserve section was sold out. That's what I heard. So you can still get your ticket. He blocked by Friedrick, but he got him with a body. It probably will be sold out. Hart with a block there, but got him, as you can see, with the body. Have another look at it. This would have been his sixth block, but he came in. He was moving toward him as he blocked. You got to go straight up.
Pete so far just having a great game. 18 of the points make it 19 of the 23 points, and that's too much load for one guy.
You notice that brace he's wearing on his knee. He's had trouble with that knee throughout the course of the season, and it's bothered him sporadically. Obviously not bothering him too badly tonight.
No, he's got some bad ligaments in there. 5.5 to go, third quarter. There's Bart with a move on the baseline. Gets it back to Haley. Blocked. But Haley gets it back. Scoots out of there. Turns. Fires. No. The tip. Friedrick. No. And Richter lost the ball out of bounds. Haley just squirted through the lane there.
He was looking for a way out.
Got stuck in there with a big guy. DeLang rejected, and the rebound pulled down by Richter. Here comes Aberdeen Central. They can cut the gap here to the closest they've been in a while. Howell in the lane, yes. And it's down to 13. Becomes only the fourth player to score, and the three aside from Pete, a double dribble, have only scored 2 points each. And now they could cut it to 11 with a hoop as Gary Munson says, settle down, guys.
A rare mistake by the Kernels. That is just their third turnover of the entire game.
If you're looking for help from them to beat them, you're not going to get it. You're just going to have to play out of your mind, which Mr. Peets has been doing. He missed the shot, though, on the rebound, Friedrick. Comes Tim Bird. Gives off to Lang with a move. Missed the shot. Rebound. Howell. And again, Aberdeen Central can bring it down and cut the margin to 11. Johnson on the wing. Stops. Fires. No. And Bird with a rebound. Bird takes it all away himself, and he'll score. Bart was coming down on the left wing, but he wasn't open. Eagles really could have used a hoop that last time down the floor. Jacobson will come back for Mitchell. Howell at the foul line. Nothing doing for him. Peets has got to be wondering when it's going to end. He has done it all himself. Missed the shot, and we got a wide open layup for Haley. Bats the ball over to Anderson. Down the lane, DeLang puts it in. Great pass by Anderson.
They're just doing everything right.
And it's back to 17 again. There's Jimmy Johnson. who has really been silent, and I felt he was the key in this game. Richter with a move off the glass, no, and Anderson with a rebound has it knocked away, and the reaching foul, the grabbing foul is going to go on number 31, Lees. John Lees picks up his second foul.
You heard the hot rumor and circulating through the arena tonight. I don't know if it's true or not. Mike told me that Willis Reed is here tonight.
I wonder why.
Could be for number 34.
Well, many feel that Willis Reed has got the second best big man in the entire country this year in Benoit Benjamin.
Of course, the folks that we don't follow that closely, he's the coach at Creighton in Omaha. Former New York Knicks.
Outside, no good. Rebound. Jacobson, he'll go up strong and get it. So the guards even crashing the board. Jacobson, for the time he's been in there, has done a great job scoring points. He's got 8 of them. Willis is here because his team was left out of both tournaments. Johnson hits the shot. They've got to be the only team in the country to win 20 games and not go to a postseason tournament.
And that, folks, was just the 4th shot of the entire game for Johnson.
He's made 2 of them.
Last night he took 4 and made 4 in the first 3 minutes of the game.
44 to 27, and that's been a big key. They have kept the ball away from him. Johnson, or I should say Friedrick down low, puts it up and in, and Bart now with 16 points. Johnson in the backcourt.
It's about as good a game as I've seen Bart play.
Manning on the baseline, blocking foul on Friedrick as he forced him out of bounds. That is 3 fouls on Bart. And that's 3 fouls on Mitchell here in the third quarter. 3 on Aberdeen so far. There's Terry Small.
And I think Gary Munson's going to give Bart maybe a little rest here for a minute or two. Listen to the ovation he gets from the Mitchell fans.
Well, if there's any chance at all for the Eagles, they've got to make hay now while Big Bart's on the bench.
And even if they make hay, the barn is pretty sparse right now. Something like that.
I think I follow you. We've worked together long enough where I understand those things. We'll run a crawl across the bottom of the screen and interpret that to the folks at home. Richter throws it away. So much for cutting into the lead. Mitchell can increase the lead.
Well, they have played several times this year without Bart Friedrick. Obviously, he can't stay out of foul trouble in every game they play. And sometimes, as Gary Munson has told me, they actually play better when he's out of the lineup sometimes.
Well, they know they got to try harder to make up for him not being in there. There's a lot of sense in that.
So they play just as well. Let's say it's pretty hard to play better.
Right. Minute 40 to go in the third quarter. 19-point lead for the unbeaten Mitchell Kernels. And boy, are they impressing a lot of people here with 2 solid games right in a row as the foul goes on Richter, and that's 4 in Aberdeen Central, as Mike doesn't like that call at all. You saw him shake his head. It's just been a frustrating night, I think, more than anything else for this Aberdeen Central club. Time is running out on them. They're down by 19 points with a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. And Mitchell, without Bart in there, is going to be extra patient. Good shot for Jacobson. He's got 10 points off the bench.
Gary Munson still
didn't look happy, did he?
You got to play at both ends of the floor. If you make a basket and run down the other end, don't play defense, you're going to hear it.
Johnson with a spin move, and it's blocked. Jacobson again doing a job. The turnaround, though, is good by Manning. Tell you, Jacobson's been the MVP of this game.
There's Gary. He's lost that tie.
1 minute to go in the third quarter, and his Kernels lead by 19. They got the ball as well. Bird right in front of his bench. Cross court to Anderson. Loops it low for Morgan. Back out to Andy. And they'll play catch outside that three-point circle. Haley moves in a little bit and nails it. 50 to 29.
Everybody's in the act.
I don't know what their shooting percentage is for the game, but it's getting better as the game goes along.
One stretch at 9 of 10 really got them off, and they're shooting at halftime 63%.
Yep, a little bit slow in the first quarter, but really picked up the pace in the second.
They only shot 50% in the first quarter.
Yep. Steal. Haley lost control, and he's going to ask for some help. And they'll hold for one. And the Mitchell crowd, as you can see in the background there, applauding their team.
They're just delirious. They've rocked the Corn Palace all year long. They followed them on the road. They've been as good a fans as you could ask for.
Bird drives the lane, his foul away, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Bird. That's 4 fouls on Bird. But I don't think it's cause for concern. DeLange will come back. 5 seconds to go in the quarter. And a 21-point lead for Mitchell.
That's just a small section of them there.
Beats has been the hot man. Better get it off. Mike goes up, shoots, and doesn't get the roll. So after 3 quarters, the Kernels have increased the 16-point lead from halftime to 21. Well, if you're not impressed with what you've seen yesterday and tonight, you're very difficult to please because Mitchell has played perfect basketball for 2 straight days.
What they've done is just taken the end of the regular season and just continued it right on here into the tournament.
Took a 2-point lead after the first quarter, made it 16 points at halftime with a great second quarter, and it's now 21 points after 3. Bart gets the tap to Tim Bird. And if he can score here, he'd become the 4th player in double figures already in this game.
Good move.
And move by Bart.
Boy, that'll show you how quick he is. When he gets the guy 6'3", he beat him with a quick move to the baseline.
18 points for Friedrick, who is on tonight. In all phases of the game, he had a great baseball pass. He's blocked 6 shots. He's missed, I think, 1, maybe 2 shots from the floor. And there's a bundle of rebounds. Hasten away with 19 points. Back out to Jimmy Johnson. No good, and he's a little bit off. He's never really been in the flow of the offense. Right. Just thinking that. He's never had the chance to become a part offensively. Right now, I think he's just trying to get the offense, and it's too late. Not his fault. They've done a great job with it. By Aberdeen is a very impressive game by Bart Friedrick and his teammates. 22 points for Bart, 11 of 13 from the floor. I think they're just having fun out there, don't you?
They're playing like they know they can't be beaten.
And Tim Bird has just fouled out, and he's mad because he wants to stay in there and be part of the fun. There he goes. He is going to join his teammate Chad Anderson as a wide receiver down at USC.
He's going to catch some touchdown passes.
Wes Morgan comes in. Bird, a fine all-around player. You know, when you're a forward and you average 6 assists a game.
This has not been a real fun night for Terry Small.
Beats has been a shining light for the Golden Eagles with 20 points. But he's just not gotten the kind of support necessary to beat a dominating team. The Mitchell Kernels, who went 12-0 in the ESD. They had never done that in 58 years. Makes them both 21 points. Long pass. Morgan gets pass back to Lang. Under to Anderson. What teamwork. They're going to wave it off, but still a pretty play to watch.
So unselfish, too. I think they're going to, if they should go on to win the state championship tomorrow night, I'd certainly think that this bunch of players are going to have to rank right up there with among the greater teams that ever played the game in this state.
Certainly, it's impossible to compare a team from 20 years ago to now, but all you can do is say they thoroughly dominated everybody. They played like the Miller team did. There aren't many teams that you can pull out of a hat and say they were unquestionably the best team. And right now, it's looking that way for this team. Anderson with 15 points and a 29-point lead. And they will play the winner of the second game between Washington and Rapid City Central. And I expect a much closer game. It should be very, very close in that one. But again, a 29-point lead right here for the Kernels. Gilman with the ball. Back out to Pete. 4 minutes to go in the game. Bates, jump pass, and I think it's getting to the point now where the teammates are expecting Mike to shoot and crash the boards because he has been hot.
The kind of thing that happens when one guy dominates an offense. And Bart's coming out of the game. So a fine round of applause. He could not have played finer on either end of the floor. Just a great, great game.
Standing ovation for him. Pete Morgan checks in. DeLang motors down to Wes Morgan, who goes up and scores. Great pass by DeLang. And now it's 66-35. They keep adding to their biggest lead as the foul goes on Pete Morgan. And a chance to rest those fellas on the bench. Good job, Bart. Chad Miller get off the bench, and he's going to come in as well.
Kernels have not missed a shot from the field in this quarter.
That's not fair.
Their shooting percentage is going to be, it's got to be at least 65%, at least, if not higher. Now Anderson's going to come out. Another fine round of applause.
He had 15 points. Second shot is up and good as well for Rich Gilman, who made it both. 66-37. DeLang with a pass down low to Pete Morgan, and Pete has it knocked out of bounds. It's going to be Mitchell Ball still, as Chad Small knocked the ball out. And DeLang comes out as well. Jeff Brooks now in the game for Mitchell. I really didn't think we'd have this kind of a game. I thought Aberdeen Central would give them a much tighter battle, but it's been a very impressive display. Nothing against Aberdeen Central at all. I just think Mitchell has just come out and, you know, I don't know how many times you can say it. Maybe played their best game of the year, but they couldn't have played better. I can't imagine it.
They're approaching 70 points right now, and they have held Aberdeen to 37. What more can you have?
3:27 to go in the game, and I know that the Aberdeen Central folks, when all is said and done, are very proud of the way their team has played this year. Boy, Mike Peets tonight, you've got to tip your cap to him. He has had a courageous performance.
Well, they had set a great couple of nights of basketball to make it here to the state tournament, beating Huron by 2, then Crosstown rival Run County by 4.
Gilman from the outside. I don't think a lot of people expected them to come out of that region. As you said, having to go to Huron, they beat them all 3 times this year by 2 points, and all had bizarre circumstances in them. The shot by Morgan in and out, but it's Pete no good, the tip no good, Pete again goes up, no good, Pete again goes up and gets it.
If at first you don't succeed, try and hammer on the board.
Try again. 32-point lead, Chad Small baseline, no, and Pete Morgan with a rebound. Here comes Jacobson in the forward court to Wes Morgan. Wes with a fake. Goes up no good, and the rebound pulled down in there and knocked out of bounds by Wes.
Well, Wes is a pretty good player for a guy his size. Of course, whenever he has to play against Bart Friedrick at practice every day, it's got to make you a better player.
You bet. He's only a sophomore, too, so they're, as you said yesterday, they're going to lose a lot of people, but they've got some guys that have played a lot that are going to be back next year. Small in the lane, gets caught, has to go up with it and drew the foul. Chad Miller commits the personal foul. Chad Small goes to the foul line. Jacobson and Morgan come out. I'll tell you, Jacobson, I was so impressed with the job he did, scoring points, 10 points, but more impressively with what he did on Mr. Johnson.
He and DeLang really combined to shut Johnson out of the offense.
Small's free throw is good. He's a good free throw shooter, 67% for the year. 69-38. A very impressive performance tonight by the Mitchell Kernels. Second shot, no good. 2 teams with identical records coming up. After this, and a double dribble or turnover on Brooks. 2 teams that have played each other once, beaten each other once,
Played each other twice. Well, home and home.
twice, right. Each loss on the other team's court. So we'll see if that advantage holds true tonight. Rapid City Central, of course, on their home court against the Washington Warriors. Shot is up and good. The fall away by Steve Gould. His first points, and it's now 69-40. Oh, help! Kernels into the forecourt. Minute 40 to go in the game. Everybody getting a chance to play now for both squads. The long shot, no good. Rebounded in there.
This stage of the game, when in doubt, shoot it.
Right. Gould got the rebound. That was your philosophy. I know it was mine.
Yes.
Gilman. The Gould. That shot no good there by Lust inside. The shot goes, and it will count. So credit Jack Bourne with 2 points, and he's got the chance for the three-point play. The foul on Jim Hickenleibel, who is the third member of this team that will go to USD to play some football. An all-conference running back, fine running back. Minute 10 to go in a game, 26-point lead for the Mitchell Kernels. And they have advanced to the State A championship, and how. They have now won 63 of their last 68 games. And that is going to be an offensive foul. They have now won 29 straight games, and they have lost only once in the last 2 years. And the year before that lost, what, 4? Right. 63-5 over the last 3 years. Shot is up, no good. As you can hear already, the Aberdeen Central fans are starting to cheer. Here we go, Warriors. They've joined in with the Washington crew. Shot is good by Pete Morgan with the Bart Friedrick skyhook. And he's going to get a chance for a three-point play. So the crowd taking sides already for the next game. Like we talked about the pregame, you would think that the entire crowd would help Washington since it is Rapid City's home court, aside from the Rapid City fans, of course. Shot no good on the three-point play. 71-43 with 30 seconds to go in the game. Shot is a little bit strong by Bourne, knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Aberdeen ball.
There's Bill Gross. He would very much like to have Bart Friedrick in the fold at Augustana.
Of the 4 participating teams in the games tonight, I would imagine the 2 that are playing in this game would join in with Washington. Does that make any sense? The rebound is up and in.
I don't know, the only close game Mitchell's really had this year has been at the...
Oh, look out at the other end. Brooks with a basket. And that's going to do her. Better shoot it. Steve Gould with the ball. Doesn't get the shot off. And a very impressive win for Gary Munson. He is going to be ecstatic about the way his team has played in these 2 games as they advance to the finals. The coaches shake hands. It was all Mitchell, 73-45.